Many years ago, there was a young boy. He had a burning desire. He had a dream. He wanted to take care of his family. He had an ambition, but he was stuck. He didn't know what he needed to do to take his life to the next level. He came across a book. He read that book. He was so inspired by the author of that book. He decided, this young boy, to call his home in Scotland a castle. He got rejected multiple times. Finally, he got through. He got to connect with the man who wrote the book. That man agreed to have breakfast with him in Los Angeles. This young boy flew all the way to Los Angeles, spending a couple hours with this man. From then on, they formed a relationship. This young boy's life was never the same. This man transformed him from a boy, from a young boy, to a man, to a leader, to now a mentor that impacts millions of people. Never underestimate the power of having a mentor, and never underestimate the power of having someone believe in you more than you believe in yourself. And today I am very, very honored to bring my mentor and share him with you. I know my mentor says many, many times, he doesn't give a shit if you love him or not. He wants your respect. Not only I respect him tremendously, I love this man very, very much. He is my father figure. Because my mom and dad got divorced when I was 16. He is my father's figure. So, please give your biggest, warmest XTC welcome to my mentor, Mr. Dan Peña.
Thank you. You can't imagine how proud I am of Dan. We were just talking before I came out on stage. It was before his 22nd birthday that we met, and he came down to have breakfast with me. What he didn't add, or he alluded to, he's dead broke. He didn't have enough money to buy a plane ticket, but he got there somehow. And we spent a few hours together that fateful summer day of 2003. And now look at him. He does have a following of millions, and indirectly that means I had something to do with it. So I'm very pleased to be here. I am a salesman that started out door to door, and I took those sales skills and I improved them years after year after year, decade after decade, until I was selling countries. So I didn't realize I was a high-ticket closer 40 years ago. But today is a special day. Today is a special day because September the 6th, 1969 was the day I was discharged from the military, 50 years ago. 50 years ago. So, but when you've lived as long as I have, and I just turned 74, in fact, last night at dinner, Dan and I were discussing, I'm twice as old as he is. It's hard to fucking believe, but he's a little younger than our oldest son, and he's a little older than our youngest son. But he has continued to make me proud. This is Dan 16 years ago. It's not much of an exaggeration. He did have 2 shoes, though, when he met me. This is him. And now look at him. It's quite remarkable. And I've had the pleasure of mentoring, coaching, teaching a lot of high-performance people. Dan is one of the most high-performance individuals I've had the privilege of working with. But Dan, I believed in him, and then when somebody like myself believes in you, it inspires belief in yourself. Most of your experiences in business and life are poor because you failed. Now, I'm not saying this just to bullshit myself or you. I cannot remember the last failure I had. I thought about it coming over here. I cannot remember the last failure I had. But one of the things that he listened to me more than most is how to stay focused. Follow one course until successful. Most of the room would be infinitely more successful if they became more laser beam focused. Because being a six-figure hitter isn't a big fucking hitter. In the real world, it's not even a hitter. It's no money. And I'm here to tell you ways that you can be a seven-figure hitter, eight-figure hitter, and like myself, a nine-figure hitter. Because good things come to those who go out and fucking earn it. Now, money's not the only thing in life, but it's the only God thing anybody counts. Okay? So I'm going to show you how you can follow in Dan's footsteps and how he is following in my footsteps. Dan's model is his name recognition. Dan's model is all the people he's trained over the years, both in person and online. Because, I mean, he was quite a sight in those days. Not anything like today. And he had trouble talking. Now, you wouldn't believe that now, but believe me, he had trouble talking. Now, one, he was nervous about me. I'm sure of that. But he had trouble. And now look at him. And now look at him. So it is possible. And he's been like this the last 7, 8 years. So it didn't take him 16 years to get this successful. Dan Locke is an introvert. He's a well-polished one, and he's learned his skills. But he's not unlike many of you in the audience. I just wish that, you know, in those TV programs where you can see back in the past, and you could just see him walking into the restaurant to have breakfast with me. You wouldn't believe it. You don't believe it now. He says it, I say it, but you still don't believe it because it's such a change of what he is now. The difference between the super high performance people, it's where measurable expectations are demanded, not asked. If Dan can live in these multi-million-dollar facilities that he calls houses, homes, why not you? But Dan, and this Dan, wanted it more. Had nothing to do whether we deserved it or not. I wanted it. I've been rich and I've been poor, and I'd rather be dead than poor again. That's a flat fucking statement. I'd rather be fucking dead. Now, I'm a hammer closer. Dan's a finesse closer. I bludgeon you to death. If I leave here today and anybody in this fucking audience likes me, I didn't do my job. I'm not here to be liked, loved. Respect my results. Respect the Dan Locks that I've produced. And it's not magic, but it takes a lot of personal sacrifice. And what scares most of the kids is they know 90% of all things that you begin, startups, fail the first year. You will continue to suffer if you have an emotional reaction to everything that is said to you. True power is sitting back and observing things with logic. True power is restraint. If words control you, that means everyone else can control you. Breathe and allow things to pass. Machiavelli, the first method of estimating the intelligence of a ruler is who you surround yourself with. The best advice that I can give, I know some of you are making a living off Facebook, is go shut down your Facebook, shut down all your social media, change your phone number, and start over with Dan. The good news is there are no algorithms for experience. So you can't replace Dan or myself with an algorithm. There's no algorithm for 3,000 deals and all the various permutations I've been through. We don't have to make every mistake ourselves. What differentiates high-performance people? The thinkers and the doers. Dan tells me there's a lot of thinkers in the room, and this is the best of his group. So if there's a lot of thinkers in the room, and this is the elite of his, I don't feel sorry for anybody, but I pity the ones that aren't here. Because you're the doers. I'm Dan's mentor, Dan's your mentor, and that way I feel directly connected to you. Otherwise, I wouldn't have come here. Dan has done a terrific job, stupendous in so many ways, but he's only just scratched the surface. And I plan on helping him, if he allows me, to get to the next, not just the next level. What you guys should always want is not the next level, but geometrically, 2 squared, 2 cubed. Okay.
Great round of applause for our mentor, Dan Peña. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.